Live?
Yep.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of EVPs, Every Voice Paranormal Stories. And me and my colleague here, Ghost Mafia, we've got HSFL Paranormal and Presence of the Unknown. They're going to explain how their last investigation in that went for us. And we're going to ask them
Pick their
questions in
brain.
that and see how it went. Just pick their brain a little bit. So, yeah,
There you go.
we
I'll
got.
actually under present for the unknown technically with Joe.
Yeah.
Since that's our team.
Yeah, he's on our team. We're just three of us: myself, Cynthia, and John. I'm the founder.
Yep.
Yep. John's our ITC guy, researcher, and social media guy. He does it a lot.
Nice.
Yep.
See who we got in the chat. We got All About Vehicles, Sandra, Will B, Cynthia, Country Girl Paranormal's out there, Kelly Polson's out there, Aniki Jack Colorado Explorers. Did I say Country Girl Paranormal? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jazzy. And it's still loading up. We got 7 people watching right now.
Make sure you guys are tweeting us out.
I'm tweeting it out.
I'm putting this everywhere.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me share it too. Hold on. I'll get this on there.
Hey, Gina.
Joe, I already got it for presents.
You got it? Nice, dude.
Kelly Polson.
Let me share it on mine now.
Cynthia.
Okay,
Louis Fuller. Gina Bizarro's Ghosts. Angela Vinoy is in here.
All right, I put it out on about 6 different Facebook pages.
What?
And hopefully, I got it online.
Did you stick it in Nations 13, John?
Not yet. I'll do that too.
I'd share it.
I know that YouTube has been glitching for about the last hour. A little while ago, I got kicked out of YouTube completely, and then couldn't get logged back in through Google. And there's been a lot of like glitchy stuff going on for the last hour with the internet and Google and YouTube. So I'm gonna try to make this work regardless. So
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I put it everywhere.
Oh, thanks, John. Yeah, I would share it to the paranormal Facebook clan that I have too, but
I already did that.
okay.
okay, so Joe.
Yo.
Joe, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So we've heard about your group from John and things like that, and we've been watching, kind of lurking in some of the chats and everything. But tell us a little bit about your channel and what you guys do, what you like to do, things like that.
Well, basically, I started this thing like 7 or 8 months ago, believe that or not. I mean, I was always fascinated by it. I mean, when I was a kid, John already knows about it. I tell everybody on my live stream, especially newcomers and new supporters, about my situation, what happened to me when I was 13 years old. So ever since then, I've been fascinated by it all these years. And then about 8 months ago, I had a conversation with my best friend, Aaron. He was the co-founder. So I started it, and then Aaron Holloway got involved. And then we started this paranormal team.
They're really, really good. They're homemade every day. Yeah, we've been here before.
And the team, actually, the people that John and I were dealing with just didn't work out. So we decided we added Cynthia was part of it from the get-go. I mean, she was right from the start also. And so it was just me, John, and Cynthia were the only ones left. And we just started doing some investigations like in cemeteries and stuff like that, like by John's house. We went to the Adelaide Cemetery, a lot of cemeteries. And then we did some other investigations like the biggest one of all, probably. Well, not anymore. David Ullman is probably the biggest one now. The second one was probably the murder house in Santa Maria. And I just been, I always wanted to do something like this, but I never got around to it because I can never meet the right people to do it, because every time you mention paranormal to certain people, they're like, oh, I don't want to hear about it. You know, you guys are freaks. So it was kind of hard to start one. Let me tell you, it's the hardest thing to do. I will tell you that, especially getting the right people that are open-minded, like myself, John, and Cynthia. We all are, and that's why us three work very well together. I mean, this production company went and offered us a series, you know, for like a show. They went and offered that if they you know, they want to offer that period if we weren't going to make any money for them. We turned it down because they kind of demanded too much. They, you know, it's like a toss up. It's like it's a gamble, like you're gambling with the stock market. You know, it's like they said you have to quit your job, and I have a very good job. I work for the union, so Teamsters. So there's no way in hell I'm gonna quit my job just like that and go blind and not knowing what the outcome's gonna be. So John, myself, and Cynthia are just gonna still continue doing what we do best, and we like doing what we do because all three of us are true believers of it, and we're just out there trying to get facts. You know, we don't fake anything whatsoever, and you can see the videos. They're all as real as it gets, and we like to show raw video. We don't. I'm trying to step away from all that editing crap because it overkills it. I'm trying to just do the raw, you know, video. So
Right. A lot of us, I know, it's really hard to actually start out. Like, we go to a lot of places and that are just around outside right now, but we're gonna be aiming more toward doing extra buildings and stuff like that. But I know that aspect of it is a bit harder.
yeah, it's tough, but you know, we love what we do. You know, it's a passion of mine right now. I really I mean, I'm also a musician too, so I do that on the side. But it's kind of hard to do everything right now because I'm trying to finish my album this year and doing this at the same time because our channel's growing. It's growing every day, and we're getting more and more investigations as time goes on. I notice we've been getting a lot more, and we're getting respected now too, because when we did the Green Hotel, that investigation, and you can ask John this, that place had a lot of expensive antiques, and those people trusted us to stay there for 4 to 5 hours with no supervision whatsoever.
Wow.
So that gave us leverage to get more investigations. People tend to trust us as a team, and you know, we're known not to go trash the place.
We have some of the best chemistry of any paranormal
So
team
do
I've
I.
ever worked with.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit.
And
Yeah,
And that's always
it's,
good. When you find people that you work together with very well, and everything clicks, it just makes everything just one fluid motion, just graceful.
Yeah, it goes a lot smoother. You don't have to explain yourself over and over again about certain situations or certain equipment. John knows pretty much everything I know, you know, so we both, and Cynthia is a really good photographer. If you see the photo gallery, she does a lot of good photography. But we got 3 people that do similar things, but at the same time, each of us do other things that are differently, you know, like John is he's a spiritual person. So he's able to get in there and he does his job by communicating with spirits. He does it very, very well. And they seem to be attracted to him. So he's got a lot of knowledge in that. So that right there is a good aspect.
Now, I have a very serious question for you, Joe. How often do you have to yell at John for twerking on a
oh, this cracked. I was busting my ass. I was at his house. He invited me for the very first time, and I got to tell you, I enjoyed being over there. It was like really good vibe. We were laughing our asses off, and John goes, "Well, I got to twerk now." I go, "Why are you doing that?" He goes, "Well, I just hit the mark, and I got to twerk." I go, "Dude, I'm leaving the room. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'll be back in about an hour." Or just hide.
You know how that all started, right? We were doing a payback stream, and we were trying to get to a certain goal, And we started telling people, look, if we hit this goal, John will twerk. And he caught the bug, and he's been doing it all the time ever since. We can't get him to stop sometimes.
Yeah, I had to leave the room, man. I just couldn't hang.
Yeah.
it was a disturbing sight. So, but he means well. He does a good job. He's really good at what he does. He's got a really good
yeah.
So
yeah, he's always hard at twerk.
Yeah, so we're gonna be sending Cynthia a link as well. I just figured it'd be best to have the whole clan up here with us. So,
Cynthia, hold on a second. That's my girlfriend. She's part of the team. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been sick. She called off work today, and she's right behind me right now. She's laying down. She said she's listening, she's watching, and she said that she'll be able to. Oh yeah, you can't type in the chat room, can you? Yeah. Oh, you can.
Yeah, okay. She's typing in the chat.
I don't do Google Hangouts too much. So
yeah, I hear you.
OBS, Streamlabs, and OBS Studio.
I'll be honest, man. I don't even know how to set it up. The wife does that.
Oh, okay.
Without her, I'd be a sitting duck.
But I think I'm going to go with another company called Zoom because Google Hangouts is going to be gone this year, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be. They're talking about doing away with all the Google Hangouts and everything, but it's supposed to be replaced with something better, is what they're talking about.
Oh, nice.
So whether or not, and I know YouTube has been working on YouTube, and they've added the YouTube chat feature and that in there. My guess would be that they're going to do something with the YouTube chat feature similar to Hangouts where you could stream it.
Okay.
That would be my guess, considering they're working on it, and the more they work on it, the more glitches we get, and the more effed up it seems to be. But
yeah,
I
heard Zoom is really good.
YouTube's been broken for a couple of weeks now, so hopefully they'll get the bugs worked out soon.
I hope so.
Yeah,
count on it.
They're making it harder for all of us to put out the content and that because it's not working correctly.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, there's a few questions. Sorry, go ahead, John.
I was just gonna say it's been harder for people like us to get the recognition that we need because they're so focused on trying to get their multi-million supporter channels up and building, and they kind of forgot the little guy.
Yeah,
I agree. Now,
I agree with that.
A few questions that we ask, like all the paranormal groups that come up on here, like, where's the scariest place that you've ever been that you've done an investigation?
I bet you John's going to probably say the same place I'm going to say right now.
The murder house.
Yep.
Hands down.
Yep.
I've heard the murder house is pretty active.
Cynthia got scratched in the neck.
No joke.
Yeah,
that's where I got my attachment from. And JoJo and Brian and Ghost Mafia were there, and so was Aniki. Saw me going through that day to day with the scratches on my neck, my hands, the weird figures in my house. I mean, that all came from that location.
The blinds opening and closing on their own.
It's it's just kind of weird how Aaron was drawn to that picture and that fireplace vent. I don't know how he found it. That was unbelievable. And it had 666s all over the place. And it was,
it had
drawn by a kid.
Written all over this children's drawing, and it was found in a fireplace. And Joe can verify this. The date on the back was 1996, and it was still covered in dust. We had to dust it off for about 20 minutes to get it so we could see it. And when we saw it, we were like, what the hell was that, dude? Why is that in there?
Yeah. It was unbelievable. I think he was possessed, dude. Especially the John.
Oh,
what's his name? Jeff, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeff. He was when we went back to look at the footage off those 4 static cams, the infrareds, they had the mics on them and everything. and that the downstairs basement cam, you could see him, and Cynthia saw it too. He went downstairs and he was shaking his hands like this, just standing there, and he's staring at the bottom of the stairs again, staring at the wall, and he's just standing there, and he's like doing this, and he's going like this, and I was like, what the hell is wrong with them? Everybody that.
Do you ghost hunt as well?
What's that?
Yeah, somebody had a good question.
Gina Bizarro's ghost said, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
EJM. Sorry. Yeah.
Somebody's asking a question. Hold on.
Oh, Gina Bizarro's ghost asked if I ghost hunt as well. Yeah, I do, but not when it's like 45 degrees below zero out.
No.
Yeah, that's left for us.
Yeah, we'll leave that to JoJo. I'm
Yeah, hey, Cryptid.
I gotta wait for a little bit better weather to go out.
Oh, Cryptid 559's in the house.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, Cryptid 559's in the house.
The way I see it goes,
yeah,
you have to give us props for going out in minus 32 weather to do an investigation.
Yep, we did. It was freezing, but we did.
Yeah, you were on my live stream, John.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. That was crazy. That was the night that I had just come back from the Indian burial ground site, and I was still shaking from that because something was trying to lead me off of a cliff, and I was like, just got home, and I was just like watching yours, and I'm like, oh, that looks so cold.
Yeah.
It was cold.
It was freezing.
Yeah, I'm originally from back east, Massachusetts.
Okay, you're no stranger to the cold, then.
Not at all.
No. Lou Rock is from the same area I grew up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I found that out. I was like, wow, no shit.
Oh yeah, that's amazing, man.
Yeah,
you and Lou, you guys could like definitely collab then.
Oh yeah, he already said he wants to. So. Yeah,
we plan on either doing going out to Massachusetts or possibly going out to
Salem.
What is it? The Salem witch trials, and also going out towards the Lizzie Borden location.
Yep, and Salem, Massachusetts is going to be one wicked place. My mom told me about it, and she just told me today. She's like, "You want to catch me going back over there? You're crazy going over there."
Yeah,
that's insane. Gettysburg this year, and
Gettysburg.
Gettysburg, and Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
Oh my God! I wish. I wish I was with you going to that, man.
Like 2 hours away from the Trans-Allegheny.
Well, I mean, we got invited to go to Trans-Allegheny, but nobody else but us was interested, and so they canceled that plan.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have gone.
I would be a little kid in a candy store.
I would be too.
If I was able to do that, I'll be like, sign me up, man. Where do I sign? I'll be gone. Do that. Oh my God.
Yeah, that place was pretty wild.
I like to go to Alcatraz. I want to try going to Alcatraz and see what that's like, because a friend of mine went there one time. He told me it's bizarre, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've done West Virginia State Penitentiary, and I've done Mansfield Reformatory, the Shawshank prison. And anytime you do a prison, you get that sense of, man, it's just like these people were locked up.
Yep.
And you have this feeling, this like, they were there for a reason. They weren't very good people. That things happened. In cell 13, the guy set himself on fire. And in this cell in West Virginia State Pen, this guy was killed here. And you're in a kitchen at the West Virginia State Pen where a guy got boiled to death in a pot of beans. And
yep.
Like, the history of it, and you're just like, you can feel it when you walk in the door. You know what I mean? It's that heavy,
oh yeah,
dank, like real I mean, it's hard to describe, but you definitely feel it when you walk into place.
It's like a heaviness, like this heavy thing on you. I don't know, man. It's kind
not only that. I mean, in those prisons and everything, things are so huge, and the cells are on top of each other, and they're 6 stories high in some of them. And it's all Gothic and huge. Looks like a castle, thick stone walls. It's just so overwhelming, the place itself. And then when you put that sense of dread that's there on top of it, you're just like, it's almost like crushing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best way I could describe it. It's just like that, all that weight of the whole place and the giganticness and the overpowering sense of overwhelmingness is right there on you. And you're just like going through the place. You're just waiting for something to drop on you.
Yeah,
we do plan on going to the Whaley House in San Diego. That place is pretty wild.
That's going to be the
also
shit,
plan
dude.
on going to Tonopah, Nevada for that whole event at the Clown Hotel and the neighboring cemetery, maybe the Mizpah Hotel if we can.
And not to mention the haunted junkyard that's right near it.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
You got 3 investigations in one, all around each other.
Well, actually,
Nice.
it's 4 because you got Mizpah, which is right in that area too.
Oh, shit. Well, what about that thing that Mirage haunted from Haunted Explorers on the way back home?
So
there's an
abandoned amusement park.
They look crazy.
Yeah.
So we're planning on checking that out. We're thinking about doing the Adobe by the old Mission.
San Miguel?
Yep.
Yep, that's
and
crazy.
then where else are we? Tombstone, I think, is going to be probably our big one if we can do that this year.
Not to mention Queen Mary next month.
Oh, yeah. Queen Mary is going to be next month.
Shit.
Queen Mary, yeah.
We're gonna.
I never been there, guys. And this will be my first time. So.
Oh yeah, Old Town San Diego. I can vouch for that.
Wait, Queen Mary, is that about the red lady?
That's about the whole like room B340 that Omar filmed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to pay mega money to stay in that room.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
minimum $4.99 a night.
Yeah. And they get that money too because a lot of paranormal people, they fly from out of the country and out of state to go there, and they'll pay it, and they get it.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous.
That's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, please go make sure you go and subscribe to Presence of the Unknown. Check out that channel. We got tons of amazing stuff there.
Oh yeah. You guys, you got to check these guys out. They have an awesome channel. I wouldn't say I wouldn't have them up here if they didn't.
Thank you.
Oh, like they are really great people, you guys. And I love the channel myself. I watch a lot of their stuff, and we do our own stuff as well. But that's what this community is about. It's sharing each other's content and loving each other's up is basically what it is.
Yeah, we're taking care of each other. We're like one big family. That's the way
exactly.
I see it.
Yeah, exactly.
We're right now at 571 subscribers on Presence of the Unknown. We're going to try to get to our goal of 1K here pretty soon.
That's what we're trying for.
Rapidly keep growing. So, guys, keep making sure you.
It's only been up and running 7 months, so it's not doing too shabby for being out 7 months, and then the views that we got on some of the videos. That's pretty good. It's not bad. Well,
that's really good.
We lost Ghost. We have a ghost down. Ghost down.
Yeah, Ghost is down.
Yeah, he's down. The dead man's gone.
Yeah, it's gonna be a few interesting trips this year. The Omen House, I wholeheartedly feel like I brought something back with me from that location too, because I confirmed it on my K2 meter last night.
I actually want to hear about that investigation.
We got some good stuff from that. It was pretty good. I loved it. And David, is a really good guy. His hospitality. I mean, the guy is so funny, and he's just open-minded, and he takes care of his people. Anybody that shows up to his house to do an investigation, he takes care of you. He gives cues. He's got all kinds of snacks on the table. He had the football game going on one of the big screens. I mean, it was chaotic at first because everybody's running around, everybody's excited. You know, as soon as you walk in his door, it's like bam, it's like you're like going for it, you know, and everybody was just going, you know, different directions all at once. And after a while, everything started to ease down, and that's when John and Haunted Explorers and quite a few. There was quite a few people there. I think there was like, 15, I think, something like that.
Yeah, there must have been about 15 people there.
So then tell us a little bit about it. Aside from everybody being so excited.
From my perspective, I didn't feel weird until I went down to the second and third floor of his house. And that's when
me too.
I was a thing really strong. And when I got out of one room, I've never had tunnel vision my whole life, and all of a sudden I had full tunnel vision and I collapsed. I actually caught that on tape.
Wow.
Brought me to my vision. My vision got tunnel vision when it came back, and then all of a sudden I went down and like had vertigo.
Yeah, it was it was pretty bizarre. I mean, we got some killer EVPs. We had the keyboard playing by itself, not once but twice.
Yeah.
I mean,
for me, it happened.
Did you guys check out the live stream that I did? Did you guys actually watch that whole thing? Not the first, the first one, not the second one.
I actually wasn't subscribed to you until like just tonight.
Oh, okay. If you guys go back and look at the second one, you just look at the timeline, you'll see it. It's the first one, I believe. There's one section in there where I'm doing EVP sessions right there in what we call the earth room, is where it's under the house, and there's like this big mound of dirt, and he's got this one. If you look on David Oman's website and his YouTube channel, you'll see that room, and there's like wine rack. That's how you know that you're in the right area when you look at the videos. But everybody always sees a bottle coming out of that rack. Unfortunately, I didn't see it this time, but the EVPs from that area was unbelievable. Even Lou Rock was watching. He's like, dude, that live stream is the shit.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
I'll check it out tonight too after we're done here.
You gotta check it out, dude. It's crazy. So, and John got some crazy EVPs too, and like I said, I got a recording of it, and I got to go through it. But I thought John had one too. But I think he has the recording of the keyboard playing by itself.
What?
Yeah,
playing by itself.
Yeah, I actually happened to me 5 separate times being in that room. The keyboard played for myself, and the medium who was there said the little girl named Gwendolyn was attracted to me. She like, out of all the people there, she said it was like attached. It was like it liked me a lot. That room usually does not like men in it.
And it liked you.
Yeah, it was a weird experience.
And
then I think all the spirits like John.
Yeah.
He's like his
twerking
magnet.
And then I had like a little bite mark.
You had bite marks too?
Pinch.
Wow.
Because I had this little tiny circular side. And I felt this sharp pain, like something like bit me or burned me or something. And I looked at it, was like this.
Yeah, I felt that too. Yep.
Man.
And then I got a little girl whispering in my ear.
So which place got you guys the most EVPs?
I don't know. The Green Hotel was close to the Omen House and the amount of EVPs that we captured.
Yeah. the Green Hotel is really cool, man.
Wow.
The Green Hotel, we had something taking over our walkie-talkies, and that's actually where I captured the full apparition.
Yeah, did you guys ever see those pictures
have
that
shown.
John has on our channel? I think he posted it on his channel too. But those two photographs that he took, he didn't even know he had them in there. And Cynthia opened the pictures up. She opened them up, and she was like, "John, did you see this? What's that look like to you?" And then that's when John was like, "Whoa!" And there was two of them. You can see the one I like the most is the one where she's standing, I think, in front of the window or door, whatever that is, and you can see the outline of her body, and you can see her holding a child or something. You can see it, and you can see her hairline. It's totally visible if you look at those photos. The second one, it's crazy.
Yeah. Like, I know we've done quite a few investigations even before we started the YouTube, and like a lot of that stuff was lost.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. How'd you guys lose it? Was it a hard drive damage or
Just
something?
moving. They just
We
would pack them, and when we'd get to the new place, they'd be gone. Like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
moving into the place we're in now, we're slowly going missing stuff, and nobody's been in our house.
That's the only thing I hate about moving. That's my biggest fear is when you start, because every time I moved, I always lose stuff every time.
Yeah. Like even the last investigation we did, I did like a recap the following night. And it was the same night. And we had something like forming in our kitchen.
Holy shit.
That was the night that my hand was bleeding for no reason.
Your hand was bleeding for no reason?
Yeah, we came back. Brian had lost all his footage, from the investigation. And he was doing a recap live stream to basically tell everyone that, hey, I lost my footage, but this is what went on. JoJo was on the live stream, so she's got some, And during it, I was on the phone with another YouTuber, Aniki, and I looked down at my hand, and my knuckles, my index finger, middle finger, and ring finger of my right hand had blood all over it, and they were swollen, swelled right up. And when you turn my hand over, the center of my index finger had a glob of blood on it. And so I was like, what the hell? Because it didn't hurt. Like, there was no pain or anything. So everybody's like, maybe your skin's cracked because it was so cold. But like, Ryan will tell you, I over lotion my hands so that doesn't happen. And I went and washed it off, and there was no holes, no cracks, no nothing. And all of a sudden I get a sharp pain in my side. So I ran upstairs, still on the phone, ran upstairs to go look in the mirror, and there's 3 scratches that bump out on my side that lead down to a puncture mark.
That's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I got everything back up and running again. Yay.
Yeah, what we try to do, this is the process that I do when every time I go to an investigation, I get all my material together and I push these videos out as fast as possible. But I try not to rush it too fast, because if you rush it, they tend to be shitty. So I try to take my time. But what I have, and this works, my computer is a freaking beast. Originally I paid for this tower that I have right here. It's like a $1,500 tower, just the tower itself. And it's an Intel 7. And I got 4 different hard drives in there. I got OS drive, and I got 3 solid state 4 terabyte drives in there. And not to mention,
insane.
Yeah, and not to mention 3. I got 1, 2, 3. I got 4 external hard drives. So what I do is after the video is released and everything, what I do is I save it to 2 different hard drives. And then I also save it, not on the OS drive, but I save it on one of the solid state drives that has, the 4 terabyte ones.
Yeah.
I put all the releases on that, and 2 other hard drives. So just in case one goes, you got another, or if 2 goes, you got the third one. So you're safe in all directions. And that's, I learned that from a friend of mine. So, because he's a musician, and when you have recording studios like I have right now, that's where I'm sitting at. Because I do music too. And I got a full recording studio here. So you have to have those, not just for video, but music too. So that's why I had them laying around. And then I was like, wow, this actually works for video too, So everything just put together. It was awesome. Came together. So yeah, you got to have that. I mean, that's sorry for you. I feel bad for you guys. You lost all, I mean, I'm sure you guys had some good material too.
Oh yeah, like our old place in Woodstock, you'd smell perfume, and strongly after that, the front door would open by itself.
Oh my God.
That started doing that here though lately too.
Yeah, the front door will be closed and it'll just open.
Wow.
And
Now, did you guys ever look at the history behind the place that you're at?
Not the last place, but this place, I haven't actually been able to find any history for this house. All that we know is that it's a wartime house, which is common for our area. And we are right by the river. We are in the older part of the town. So, like, that's all we know. City, they want to charge us money to get the records for it. And we rent it, so I'm not about to pay for records that.
So I take it it's an old Victorian house?
No,
colonial
it's
kind of house?
Wartime. So
wartime. Oh, yeah. Back in 1800s, somewhere around there.
1800s.
Yep.
1800s. And it's stone.
Garrison.
Stone. You ever watch The Ring?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the well? That's a cistern.
Yeah, yes, I cannot forget that.
Well, the well itself is known as a cistern. Our house that we used to live in a while ago had the cistern still in it. Okay, this house had a cistern, and it was filled in.
Oh my God. Hey, can I investigate your house?
No. I won't even investigate it.
I literally have one of those on each side of my house. There's one, my neighbor's house is 30 feet away, and there's one right in between the house, and we filled it in ourselves. And then the one for this house that we live in is right on the other side. I've got one of
you cut out
those that some of them filled in.
Yeah, but here the cisterns aren't outside; they're in your basement.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
They're in your basement.
They're inside the actual houses in the basement.
You gotta be kidding me!
No, they're in the basement.
Our old house that we lived in, it was still in the basement. They just put a concrete wall around it. But I ended up being possessed in that basement.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Whatever was in that basement did not like women. It definitely did not like me. I couldn't even, that's where our laundry was. I couldn't even go down there to do laundry. It was that bad.
Jesus. God.
Yep.
And I don't get scared of things. And Brian will tell you, I hear a noise, I run to it. I don't run from it. I run to it.
Oh yeah.
But that basement, I wouldn't go down there.
It's really creepy. Like a lot of the times you'd feel heaviness going to that basement, and I was the only one that went down to do laundry.
Yeah.
And
crazy.
Yeah, you'd feel like someone breathing on you.
Yep.
Wow.
You'd feel them follow you up the stairs. You get this feeling run now, get the fuck out of here kind of feeling.
Oh man, it's so funny though, because you hear stories, the true stories like yours from other people that experience stuff like this, and as soon as you mention, hey, can I go in there and do an investigation? And my mom, because my mom had the same problem. My sister and my brother-in-law, they saw something, and I asked my mom, I go, hey, can I bring the team over here and bring the gear? And my mom's flat out said, no. I don't want to know what's here. So even the activities there, they see it, but they don't want anybody to prove that it's there. So they just rather just let it go. And a lot of people are like that. They don't want it any investigation performed in their house. Period. They don't
exactly.
Want to know. For us, it's not so much we don't want to know what's here.
No, I know you. Yeah.
But for our kids' sake, we also know that when you do stuff like that, it makes it 10 times more active.
Well,
and we just don't want that because our kids are very sensitive to it too.
yeah,
And
tell
like
me
our
about it.
youngest will pick it up so fast.
Yeah, because Cynthia's son, my stepson here, he was experiencing some stuff, and he said he was seeing things in the house, and he doesn't. He's a straightforward kid. He's a really cool kid, 6 years old. There's no way he can make this up. And he said he's seeing like figures in the corners and stuff like that in the house. And I'm like, are you serious? You know, and Cynthia was telling me what he was telling her. And as soon as I asked Cynthia, hey, should we do an investigation here? she flat out said no. Even though Wyatt was seeing things, we just don't want to know. You know, if it's not bothering him, I mean, he says they're friendly.
Yeah.
That's what's so cool. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know. So I can't, you know, I just told him, hey, I believe you, but you know, let us know if they're mean, you know, whatever. Because I can't just say, well, I don't believe you, because you can see it in his face and the way he was describing it and the way he was telling me, it was legit.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
Kids pick up on those things.
That's like Malcolm was in the living room with us. Ghost can vouch. He was on a call with us, a private call. And we had just finished a live stream on Falcon's channel, which is our youngest son, just carving pumpkins for Halloween. And we had the lights off. And all of a sudden, we're in the middle of conversation with Ghost and Red Kryptonite, and all of a sudden the light just turned on.
Yep, by itself, carving pumpkins.
Like, yeah, he's like, do you have a timer? Did you lean on it? And Brian was in the center of the room. He was nowhere near the light switch. And we're like, no, you have to physically flip the switch to actually turn it on. Just like the stuff that flew off the bookshelf. Ghost was like, did you walk into it? And I'm like, no, he never even touched it. And it came all off the shelf.
Yep, all of it. I went to walk right by the bookshelf, and it all came flying off the shelf at me.
Like our coffee cups.
Same with coffee cups. I was making coffee the one day, and full hot cup of coffee come flying at me and spilt all over me, and then the cup just was floating and smashed on the floor.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been into some horrible places even before this whole paranormal team started. Before I even started this whole thing, I've been in some places that at the time I didn't have all this knowledge that I do now, and I didn't have the gear like I do now. And I wish I did back then, because believe it or not, the places I've been to, I wish I had that stuff now, because the I've been to are worse than anything. Worse than the Omen House, worse than the Murder House, worse than any investigation we ever had. And I wish I can go back there and go do it, but they're all
the Omen.
Yeah, it's like some of the houses I've been into, they were abandoned, but they're not there anymore. Like for instance, I wish John was still here right now. I don't know. No, he's not with us. There's this one place in San Luis Obispo, and it was basically a crazy house.
For the insane.
Yeah. So, 22 kids died in this place. It burned, and I was trying to sneak in there. It's called Sunny Acres. That's it. You know about that?
Ghost Adventures did it a couple, once, I think. Yeah,
that's the one. Okay. This place, I wish I could have snuck in there. I actually went there with the co-founder. He's not with us anymore. We went over there, and we were tempted to hop the fence.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude. I was so tempted to go in there, and I was like, oh, I don't think I should. Because I saw it was a construction zone. They had the heavy equipment out there, dozers, all kinds of shit. And they were just starting to break ground and basically tear the building down. It's down now. But at the time, it wasn't yet. So as soon as I tried to get up the fence, the lights went on. And I was like, oh,
wow.
Shit. So we left. But there was like a little opening where you can get in. And I was like, oh, shit. And then the lights just turned on. But that place, if you read about it or you watch the videos of that place, of local people from San Luis Obispo that go there, especially college kids, Cal Poly. Dude. That shit was crazy.
Oh yeah, it was off the chain when they went there.
Yeah, and I never got to see it. Damn it, I never got in there. It sucks.
Right?
Oh man, that sucked. I wish I could have gone in there.
Yeah, like I know you guys have probably heard of the place in Hamilton, Dundurn Castle.
I heard stories about that. Yes.
It's one of the most haunted places in Ontario. Number one.
Wow.
We went there. That was one of our first investigations,
Mm-hmm.
and well, for YouTube, anyways. And Christy C at the time that was with us, she got an apparition of a Marine holding a gun, staring at us in the one window.
Holy shit.
Yep, full on
Wow.
apparition.
That's crazy.
It was right on the live stream too. I was like, holy crap.
So what
Well,
was what was your worst one that you guys ever done? Hands down, just the worst.
I would say that the Dundurn Cemetery.
Yeah.
And what was bad about that?
Well, the EVPs that we were picking up at the castle, which is across the road from the cemetery, they weren't making sense when we were at the castle.
Yeah.
So we went across the road. Soon as we crossed the road, and like Dundurn was draining our batteries and all that, like normal. Okay. Got across to the cemetery, not only drained our batteries, killed our stuff completely as soon as we got to this one gravestone.
Yeah.
And the reason that it did that is just before we left Dundurn Castle, across the road, it gave us a name. And the name that it gave us, it was just so weird that it led us right to the grave.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that grave that we had like major malfunction. Everything shut down. We were hearing dogs that weren't there. We were getting scratches. We were getting voices, shadow figures. We were getting
walking.
Yeah, lots of walking. It sounded like people were surrounding us and nobody was there. We had shadow figures to the point where you could actually see them. And one of them actually paused, looked at Christy, and then like ducked out of the way.
Yeah, I turned. Christy's like, Brian, look. I turned, and there was someone standing there, like almost in a football sprawl, just staring.
Yeah.
Holy
and
shit.
And there was one, I went to call Christy. I turned around, and as I turned around, one of the shadow figures went right in between Christy, about an inch away from us.
Yep.
Yeah, that's something I probably shit my pants.
Yeah. And the funny part is like the only thing we could say was like, "Oh my God, did you see that?"
Yeah.
Wow.
And
did you guys do any EVP sessions there or anything like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You did? You got some really good ones, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I mean. Like the EVPs and everything were off the chart. Like right off the chart. I think the creepiest part was when we got to the gentleman
that owned the place
Dundurn.
Was buried.
Yeah. His mausoleum had actually looked like someone broke into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
But his mausoleum had a busted window, and the city had fixed it. And you could tell it'd been fixed like this for a couple months. Like there was dust and dirt on it.
Mm-hmm.
So we get up to it, and we see fingerprints and hand dragging marks and upside down hands. And we're like, oh, that's got to be out the outside. And we got up there, and Christy touched the window, and it was on the inside. And there was no way in.
It's all locked up. It's barred. It's everything. There's no way in or out of that thing.
Wow.
And these were like fresh handprints.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think the worst one for me would have to be, I mean, it's hard to say because I've been to so many different places, but probably the scariest, like most discerning place that I've been. And you know, everybody knows that the West Virginia State Penitentiary sits literally less than 400 feet from the West Virginia. It's the old Indian burial ground.
Yep.
Okay. The mound is literally right in front of the prison. So like the whole town of Moundsville, West Virginia is built on Indian burial grounds. Now, the prison cemetery isn't in town. It's actually out of town, about 4 miles out this back road, and then another 2 miles out some godforsaken dirt back cut, back in there. And we was investigating back there one time after dark, and these guys, when they die, they don't put them in conventional caskets. They just put them in a pine box and put them in the ground. So after a while, when the box deteriorates away, there's no concrete vaults that they put them in or nothing. It's just a pine box and in the ground, and they're buried.
Yep.
So after the days and the ground collapses on what's left of the body inside the box, you get this impression in the ground. And here is all these like divots in the ground out there at the cemetery. And the only thing they have for a headstone is like a T-post with a license plate type thing stuck to it.
Jesus.
And
oh man,
with their name and the prison number on it. And that's it. So you can imagine, these are people who either died in the riots, was electrocuted in the electric chair, hung at the gallows, shot trying to escape, or died of natural causes in prisons, and their families just claimed the body. Okay, yeah. So there's bad elements in this cemetery. You go out there and you will see, and have you ever seen the original movie White Noise?
Oh yeah.
It had those shadow figures it was like they was coming to get you, and they just dart around the outsides of everything and get closer and closer. That's what this cemetery was like. They will dart around in the shadows of the outskirts of the cemetery, and you just see shadows darting across every once in a while out of your peripheral vision and stuff. And at one point, you have a gust of wind just fly right at your face, and you just get hit by a gust of wind, and you get that chill to it, like, ooh, like, they just pass through you kind of thing. And it is definitely freaky, scary, and you definitely don't want to take anything away from there with you.
Wow.
It's
oh my God.
It's nasty. You can sense the evil there. These people were evil when they were alive, and now, yeah.
Damn.
It's definitely a creepy place.
Yeah, there's a.
Seasoned investigator. If you're not a seasoned investigator and you go in there, even seasoned investigators is going to be, that's a stretch for even a seasoned investigator. Like, you better know what you're doing. You better know what you're doing.
That's crazy shit.
I think one of the coolest ones that Brian and I did, we did one with Christy and her husband. We went to a place just up the road from us, not even far, and it's called St. Andrew's Park. And it's literally just like a walking park, you know what I mean? But the history on it, there used to be a church that had 400 bodies buried in front of this church. Well, they moved the church, and this was like around the same time that our city was built. So they moved the church and didn't dig up the bodies, left the bodies there. So there's still 400 bodies underneath the ground of that park. And their tombstones, they moved them and turned it into like a pavilion kind of thing to preserve the stones, because they're all limestones.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian was actually doing EVPs in the middle of this pavilion, and he was reading one, and he asked if anyone wanted to talk, and he made a joke, like he cracked a joke, and he's like, they all sound like I think he said East Indians or something like that. Not being racist before anybody jumps the gun, okay? He had just said that, and a clear as day EVP came through, and it was a woman, and she goes, "I'm Scottish." And we're like, what? And then all of a sudden, you hear 3 more voices. No, we're from Scotland. Clear as day.
Wow.
And I was just like, you offended someone. Like, you really pissed them off.
Oh, yeah, they were mad. And, like, to the point where I was right over top of this Christina girls. And which happened to be the same place, like, exact same name that froze up at Dundurn. And then there was like this John name that matched a different name at Dundurn Castle that was buried there.
No, when you froze up. When you froze up
Yeah.
at Dundurn, it was on John. And it was the same John name and last name as St. Andrews.
Yeah. Both the same name. First and last name.
Wow. Yeah, it's I got this this picture. I took a couple photographs outside of David's front yard, the front of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. These two particular shots were like aiming right at Sharon Tate's gates, where the house used to be.
Yeah.
I was just looking at them right now. I was going to share them with you. Just these two shots.
Yeah. You can screen share, man. Go nuts.
Yeah. So let me see if I can do that right now.
Go ahead and present him.
I'm going to.
Can you guys see that right there?
Hang on.
I'm hoping you guys can see that.
Oh, you got to click on the screen share. All we see is you.
Oh, really? Hold on a second. I did do it.
If you click on there's a green square with an arrow on it.
Yeah, I did that.
Share.
Let me see.
Okay.
Yep. And it won't. Why won't it let me do it? Oh, there we go. All right.
Oh yeah.
There
it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to it. Okay,
I like the home screen. That's cool.
Oh, thanks. So if you see right there, that's the front of the house. Okay, you see those cars right there. There was a lot of people there, but straight down, you see that gate right there, straight down. That's the gate.
We just see your home screen.
Huh?
Yeah, we just see your home screen.
Yeah.
What the hell? Why is it not working? Hold on a second. Let me try this one more time. All right.
Are you running dual screen setup?
Yeah. Oh, that could be it.
Yeah. You got to screen share your opposite screen.
All right. Let me try this one more time.
Where do I get over?
Let me get out of there. Okay.
It's cool.
All right. Try it one more time. All right. Okay, so let me bring this over to the other screen now. You're still seeing the home screen now, right? I'm gonna go to that monitor. I'm gonna go to exactly right over there. So hold on a second. Let's see. Okay, so now let me go get that photograph, and I'll bring it over there. Yeah, it's pretty bizarre. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna open this right here, and I'll bring it over. Can you guys see that?
There you go.
Yep, there you go.
So you see right here where I have my mouse, that right there, that's Sharon Tate's gate. Now the house is not there anymore. They got torn down, but that is the property. That's the entrance to the property. And this is David Oman's house right over here. But
wow.
Then this photograph, you see it closer. I didn't want to give the address because you're not supposed to do that. So I kind of stepped away a little bit, but I got really close to it. We were standing like right here, and everybody was just like taking pictures and stuff. But that's it right there. That's the gate.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah. So, and there's and check that view out. That's in back of David Oman's house. That's the view of Los Angeles, and it's got almost like a full moon right there. It's pretty cool. And then Dr. Phil lives right there too. And David showed the house, and it's like an amusement park.
Yeah.
Amazing. And this is David's living room right here. And that's one of his dogs. There's Cynthia right there. So I'll just show you a couple here. That's all of us right there.
Yeah.
There's Haunted Explorers. There's Murad. And there's Johnny. And here's Cynthia. And there's David Oman himself. And that's Kelsey. She's got a really good channel. And there's Tammy. And she was really cool. She actually gave us the whole rundown of the place. She knew her shit. She knows everything.
Now, David, he's the one that has the the 3-story on the side of the hill on the property?
Yes, yes. And this right here, we're celebrating Sharon Tate's birthday. That's what we're doing. And there's like right here, well, you can't see it, but I'll show it in a later video, but you can see everybody's equipment laying around. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
But right here, you see my mouse right here circling? That's one of the EMF that was going off like crazy. And there's hers. Tammy's was going off like crazy. Everybody's EMFs were just, they're going berserk. And here you can see part of the equipment laying around. That was John. That looks like John's stuff. But yeah. And there's us right there. That's Johnny, John, Cynthia. And there's Cynthia right there. And look at the pictures that David had in his house. All this old boxing pictures, gloves.
Yeah.
It was freaking nuts.
He was a professional boxer, though.
Huh?
Wasn't he a professional boxer?
No, he never told us.
No.
And here's overlooking Los Angeles. Look at that. That's amazing. That's an amazing shot right there.
That is an amazing shot. That's gorgeous.
And Dr. Phil, well, you couldn't see his house, but right here to the left, I wish I took a picture of it. I didn't find out until later on, damn it. And it was already at nighttime, so I couldn't take it. But look at the homes, man.
Yeah.
Amazing. But anyways, yeah, it's it was pretty bizarre.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But wait till you see the videos that are going to come out. Oh, shit. It's going to be nuts, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, when you guys get a chance, you got to check that live stream out. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, we'll do it tonight.
Yep. That's pretty crazy. So,
that's going to be crazy, man. See, and each person does their investigations a whole different way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's brilliant, you know.
I think that's what's great about having a team is no one's perspective is the same.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That is true. And David's house, he's got there's a lot of history, you know, and you got to understand something. David Omen's a horror film screenwriter, producer, and television producer. So he's made appearances on like different horror shows, like the 6 Degrees of Helter Skelter.
Let's
see, the H2 Paranormal Witness that was on the Sci-Fi Channel, My Ghost Story, and he was on Ghost Hunters, and he's doing. What was it? He did a film, House at the End of the Drive, which was based on, I think, the Sharon Tate murders. So, dude, it's like a crazy freaking history behind his house, and his house has so much energy in it. You feel it right when you walk in the door, and then, especially the Earth Room. The Earth Room is where I was telling you guys. There was it's like under the house. It's kind of a weird situation. I walked in there. I was like, what the hell is this? And it's like one section of the house, about maybe 10 by 12 feet, maybe, or no, not even that. It's only enough room to fit a couple chairs, and he has like a wine rack to the right, and he's got this big mound of dirt under the house. And it seems like that's where the energy is coming from.
Yeah.
It's like a portal in a sense. It's weird shit.
Sounds like pretty weird shit.
When they pulled that area and cleaned up the old Sharon Tate house and all that stuff, a lot of that dirt got moved around, and that was before his house was built there. So, I mean, it's a good possibility that mound of dirt could have been pushed there from after knocking down Sharon Tate's house. Or it could be some old brickwork or something in that mound of dirt. You never know what kind of attachment.
All I know is it's like electric. It's like a electromagnetic fields in there or something. There's something in there that triggers off EMFs like crazy. You can feel it when you walk in. You feel it on your skin. You get the tingles. Your hairs stand up. It's the weirdest shit I've ever experienced. It's weird. I can't explain it until you actually are there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's bizarre. John was feeling it. Everybody was feeling it. And that keyboard going off by itself, not once, but twice by itself. It's like, that's bizarre to me.
I know on every investigation that you ever go on, there's always some blooper. There's always something everybody's laughing about. Like John's walking down holding the camera and trips over a crack in the sidewalk and falls down, but it never makes it on film.
Or somebody farts.
You want to know some of the blooper stuff. We gotta edit this out. We gotta edit this out. That kind of stuff. We want to hear some dirt. We want some good stuff.
Right?
Oh my god, that would be funny.
All the bloopers that are missed.
Yeah, no shit. I've seen some of the crazy bloopers of Ghost Adventures.
We could so do like clips, like they do in movies, the bloopers afterwards.
Yeah.
If we all added those,
Brian, it would literally be a fart reel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Brian, definitely.
Oh, it would.
I'd be like, "Hey, this is Brian's Paranormal. We're here at Dundred Castle. Oh, we're gonna have to get that over."
Oh god. Oh man. Can you imagine seeing something like that on a YouTube video? I mean, a paranormal team, and they're all quiet and they're gathered around in a circle and they're doing like a EVP session, and all of a sudden you hear this fart through the
yeah.
People like yelling.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We're gonna have to edit that one out.
Right.
There's one place I will.
Yeah. I'd be like, they're trying to communicate with us.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
There's one place I want to do before I pass on, whatever that day is the Amityville Horror House. I've always wanted.
Yeah.
We just had a discussion on that last week.
Dude, I just watched a documentary about a month ago about that place. Place, oh my god! The survivor. What's his name? He had multiple interviews on Showtime, HBO. He had one on the Sci-Fi Channel. He had one on Netflix. Documentary about it's the same guy, and he always tells the story and what he went through when he was a kid and all that stuff. The way. I mean, do you guys actually believe in that? I do. I think that house is just.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, he muted me.
Say you're all pre-muted. I like what?
Right? See, I think there is something there, but I think it was caused from the murders. I don't think it was originally there.
Right.
Now, is it true?
That's what I think.
It was built over an Indian burial ground. That's what I heard. What's about it?
I haven't seen anything supporting that.
Really?
That came from the third sequel movie. Like there was the Amityville, the Possession, the Amityville, the Omen, Amityville. They made like 4 or 5 sequels, and like the second one, it was the well in the basement had something to do with it, and then there was a lamp that was possessed, and then the Indian burial ground, like that's all
and the red room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was all propaganda.
Yeah, that was all to sell movie tickets.
I got one for you guys. How about the Annabelle doll? What do you think of that?
See, I'm on the fence about that. I kind of believe that, just because I personally hate dolls, but so it wouldn't surprise me. But
you and John both. John hates them. Oh man,
they're creepy. Dolls and clowns. There's just something about them. They're not right.
If you go to the Ed and Lorraine Warren Museum, that's owned by John Pappas now, or Ed and Lorraine's nephew.
Yeah. Yep.
Who has Haunted Collector on TV. The actual Annabelle doll is a Raggedy Ann and Andy doll. It's Raggedy Ann. Okay, that's the doll. Yeah. They literally have it locked up in this glass display cabinet, and there's literally a notation card there that tells about the story of somebody that was in the museum taunting the doll, left there and got into a car accident and got killed. And
Shit. Zach Baggins got hit by his car got hit by lightning as he was leaving the car. Did you hear?
Wow.
Did you see that? Showed it. I was like, wow. He was in a restaurant, and I saw a clip. I saw this clip, and he was like, he went outside, and this was after he had a show, and he touched the doll. He was so drawn to it. He was, I gotta touch it. I gotta touch it, and he touched it, and he touched its foot, and then I think it was like 2 weeks later, a lightning bolt hit his car. It was a storm, hit his car, destroyed it.
I mean, now Zach, I mean, I don't know how much of his stuff is real and how much of it is fake.
I can tell you it's not. Half of it's bullshit.
He's got a show on television, and
yep,
I'm sorry, you know as well as I do in the paranormal field, you don't get evidence every single time out. It just don't happen that way.
Yeah, that's why I have a hard time believing it's half the shit that's on there, to be honest with you. It's some of it I kind of believe and never happened. So.
The only way that he has been on air for what, 10 years, 12 years now, something like that, is that it can't all be real. Okay. There's no way that
no business.
And look, maybe that lightning strike was somebody from upstairs going, hey, time for a reality check, buddy, you know, kind of thing, you know?
Yep.
Just saying.
Yeah, there's only one thing I kind of believed, you know, the whole thing behind the demon house. Did you guys see that? That whole documentary about I kind of do believe in that house was jacked up because of the people, and you can see it on their faces, their expressions on their faces.
Yeah.
That was pretty legit. I'm sorry, but I don't know about you guys, but Cynthia and I watched it. John watched it, and John told me about it, and I watched it. I was like, wow. And the people that he interviewed that witnessed all this stuff in this house before Zach even went in there. Okay. This stuff, the way they were describing, there's no way. I just can't see him making it up. And you can see the expression on their face. They were really haunted by this thing, and they were devastated. They were trying to get their lives back together, and they're still messed up from it.
My question, I mean, you could pass off a family trying to make up a story, but they had police and family and children's services workers that all gave statements of what they saw. I think the one said the boy actually crawled up the wall.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
Yeah.
And she was there too. The worker was there. The social worker
in the hospital.
Yep.
Yeah, the little boy that crawled up the wall.
So I don't know if you guys seen it. I don't know what you guys think of that, but I'm like one of those people. Like if I see something fake, I'll say it's fake. You know what I'm saying? But that right there, I just can't explain it. I try to wrap my brain around it, and I can't do it. I just can't. It's just the way the whole situation. I think Zach got his eyes messed up from it. That's why he wears those glasses all the time. It was because of location.
You know, the cast of Poltergeist had nightmares, literally had nightmares for years after filming that first movie because they legitimately used real cadavers in the swimming pool scene.
Holy shit.
Those were real bodies in the swimming pool in that movie. They said that they got the water in their mouth and they could taste the rancid meat. They were having nightmares from it.
Oh shit! That's where I used to live, man. I went to high school, junior high school, and high school over there, Simi Valley. I know exactly where that house is.
That's
the area in back of the house where they was building the swimming pool or whatever during that movie or whatever. And they end up out in that swimming pool and it's filling up with rainwater, and the bodies start popping up out of the mud. Were legit bodies.
Nasty.
That's like unheard of, man.
I've heard of
okay, so the producer of that movie got a lot of cussing out of that, I'm sure. But
wow,
I've heard of a lot of people that have been part of horror movies, especially ones that are like paranormal horror movies
Yeah.
or ones that are based on true stories, a lot of the actors complain that they have nightmares, that they suffer from nightmares afterwards.
Wow.
Well, I mean that stuff. Like, think about it. You watch something on TV or on in a movie, and it bothers you. So just imagine these people are acting this out day in and day out until the filming's done.
See, I love horror movies, and the more like the best ones were always the B movies, low budget, schlock. The
Yep.
scariest ones were shit like Cujo. When that dog
Oh
is
God, that scared the shit out of me. That dog.
wow, like
Oh,
Stephen
man.
King, like added to people's phobias. I mean, he created the fear of dogs. He created the fear of clowns.
Yep.
Stephen King was just that, the king, man. I mean, you're watching this movie, and here they are running around in a Pinto, and they go over to the house, and the dog won't let them out of the car, and the car battery goes dead, and they're stuck there for like 8 days in this car, all dehydrated, and like it was creepy. I mean, it wasn't really creepy, but I mean, it definitely would have made you afraid of dogs.
Yeah, I got one for you guys. How about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, they overdid it in the film industry, but I'll tell you what, it was true. I read a lot of articles on that.
Yeah, the Hewitts. The Hewitts were was a twisted family.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
No, I mean, but when you start going into the sequels and they're making chili out of body parts and stuff like that, it wasn't all that. But
no.
Like, yeah, it was pretty messed up.
But I did read an article that remember that reporter. You remember that one scene? I forgot which one it is. I think it's the second one where that reporter. They showed a clip of a reporter going downstairs in the basement, and he got jumped by Leatherface. Did you see that? He got clocked in the back of the head.
Yep.
That was from
I heard
the
that's real.
Zombie remake. Yeah, that was at the end of the movie.
Wow. Yeah,
Hey, Tropical.
that gave me the creeps, man. I'll tell you that right now. That's one movie that did give me the creeps.
Oh yeah.
Jesus
That and
Christ.
Leatherface.
Yep.
You know what? Out of that remake, out of the Rob Zombie remake, I thought Arlie Emery, Gunny, he freaked me out more than Leatherface did because he was going around the cop, and then he comes home and he's just like in his boxers, and he's taking his teeth out. He's like, you find out that he's one of them, and I was like, man, that's some like turn shit right there.
Yeah, but didn't he play that part very well though? Oh my God.
He was on it. Gunny was on it.
Oh yeah. And then the latest one I watched, well, it's not new anymore. The Nun. You guys see that?
Oh, yeah, we watched that.
Oh,
it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't as good as I thought it would be.
Really?
Like to me, they amped it up way more than it actually was. I was expecting like something way better than what I saw. Not saying it was bad. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't what I thought it'd be.
I just like the way they did the nun, the scenes, the way she was floating in the air, and you know the shots they took. Wow, it was amazing how they did that.
The movie's called Glass. Okay, it's the third movie in the installment. The first one was Unbreakable. The second one was Split, and that's where the guy has like all the split personalities, and like when he goes into the one, he's like crawling like a spider up the walls and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Glass is like the next movie in it, and it's out in the theaters now, and it looks pretty good. But it's more like a comic book based type thing, but it's really dark comics.
Yeah.
Well, Rob Zombie makes a lot of good horror films, especially that one Michael Myers, the remake of Michael Myers. That was freaking brutal. That was brutal. Oh my God. It didn't even seem like it to me. It wasn't Michael Myers. It was a whole different character. It was weird. He was brutal in this one. So
I like Rob Zombie's movies.
Oh, he's great.
They're a little out there, but so is he.
Yeah. And the movie Jeepers Creepers too.
Yeah, Jeepers Creepers. I like that.
Oh my God, that's right. Yeah, I remember the first one. I think the first one was the best. That was
Yeah,
the
he rides around in the van.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was
it's
intense.
first one was filmed up there in Michigan, where I'm from,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, some roads are just like that, just miles and miles of nothingness, and then all of a sudden you're in town.
Oh my
Like
God.
children of the corn shit. Remember
Yeah.
that?
And here's one of
Wait,
the
you might
Malachi.
drive
creepy.
straight roads for like 100 miles and not see anything but fields and farmhouses,
Holy
and
Christ.
that's what that movie was like too. It's like, man,
I
it's
went-
kind of freaky driving down them roads when you go home.
Wow.
We
Wow.
went, well, Brian wasn't with me at the time, but I went down into New York. And I got fed up in New York and I decided to turn around and head back to Canada, right? So I'm coming back through, but the way I went through, I wasn't coming towards Ontario, I was going towards Quebec. So I went through like Vermont and Connecticut, and I drove through the hills there, and I swear to God, it was like kind of, it reminded me of a horror movie because nobody was out. Absolutely nobody was out. And then as soon as it got dark, people started coming out of their house and sitting on their front lawns I'm not even joking, it was like stereotypical. It was an old lady in a rocking chair, kids just playing with a ball back and forth in the yard. It was really fucking creepy.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I was like, and my vehicle at the time was having issues. I was like, oh God, please don't break down here.
Wow. Oh, damn. Well, you remember the classic, and everybody knows this one, The Exorcist.
Yep.
When I was a kid, that movie scared the shit out of me. And Jaws. I won't. You know what's so funny? After I watched Jaws, I never went in the ocean again, ever. I'm not kidding, man. I said, forget that shit.
See, I watched the remake of The Exorcist, and that creeped me out. Like I have insomnia, but that movie made me stay up for a little couple days there.
Yeah.
But then they came out with The Exorcism of Emily Rose. And I don't know what it is, but when a movie's based on real events, it bugs me more than knowing that this is just some Hollywood thing, you know? And I watched The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I didn't sleep for a month. No word of a lie.
It's so funny that you mentioned that movie because I can hear what you're saying because I felt the same way, especially that one scene where it was asking its name, and oh my God, that one with the eyes and everything, and then he announced his name. I was like, oh my God, that gave me the creeps right there. Just that one little part, it just the way she was acting, everything, the whole scene was just unbelievable. That was a really good movie, actually. I liked it a lot. So
I think the scariest one for me right currently is Wrong Turn, because it's filmed down in Lower West Virginia.
Oh yeah,
I've been down there, and it is really like that in some areas down there. It really is. I've been down there. I took my survival training and stuff down in Logan County, and yeah, there's places out there you don't go.
Just talk about a disturbing movie. That's one of them right there. That's very disturbing. And so is the other one, Hills Have Eyes. I couldn't watch that. I got a little bit into it, and with that one trailer scene, I can't even talk about it.
I can't watch The Hills Have Eyes.
Oh God, I just can't do it.
That movie's horrible.
Well,
it is. It's really bad, really bad. And I love
the rape scene in it. I won't watch.
That's what I'm talking about. I can't do it.
I can't. I've been a victim of that. I will never watch anything that has it in it because it gives me like horrible flashbacks.
Yeah, it's just so wrong. Oh my God. After watching that, you don't feel the same, man. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's so dark and demented. It's just bad. Oh my God. Wow.
I gotta say, I like your trailer.
Oh, oh yeah, I just did that. Shoot, it was like 2 months ago. Yeah, I'm actually using that. I talked to John about it. See, I wanted to hear his thoughts on it, and I'm actually going to use that, and tell me what you guys think, since you already seen it. I'm actually going to use that for intros for the upcoming videos. That's going to be like our little intro to everything. Because you guys seen the old intro, the one that we have right now, where it shows each of us doing our thing. It's like a small little clip that I always put in the intro, and then it goes right into the movie scene, whatever the video scenes.
Yeah.
That intro has been around for a while now, and I was asking John, wait, what do you think about getting rid of it? Not getting rid of it, but just making a new one, something that really grabbed people's attention. And John was like, dude, why don't you use that trailer? Because that trailer is pretty cool. So I'm thinking, well, isn't it too long? Because it's over a minute. It's over a minute long. But Ghost Adventures does, and a lot of other paranormal teams, even on TV, they last a little while before you even get to the actual video. You know what I'm saying? So, so I'm thinking maybe I should use it, because I think it's really cool. It's creepy and it's dark, and I love the ending of it. The logo and the font on it is killer, and the fade outs, the transition, it's really cool. But what do you guys think? I mean, since you've seen it, you think that's too long? You think that would work for like an intro for our videos?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Because I wanted to get other people's input on it and figure out what I'm going to do, because I really like that trailer. I worked my ass off on that shit, and I don't know if you guys ever use Adobe. That shit's tough to use, man.
Adobe, yeah.
Oh God, it's a nightmare. So I went. It was my first time using it, believe it or not, because all the rest of the videos are done by Magix. That's what I use. I use Magix, and then John was talking me into getting what's it called, Filmora. Yeah, yeah. So and they're not that expensive, but I was telling John, I go, dude, I really like the software that I've been using, because I got it down like science now. It's like second nature to me. I can pop out videos now within an hour instead of 5 to 6 hours or 2 days, So I pretty much know everything, all the shortcuts, everything about it. But I love the way you can choose a lot of different like horror music, like some really cool background music, or like some effects and stuff, like a slamming door, creeping windows opening and closing, wind, whatever. But if you listen to the tracks on some of the videos that we have, some of the music, I didn't create that. That's from Magic software. But let's see, the Murder House, that's my stuff. I wrote all that. All the music that you hear in the live streams, I wrote that stuff right here. There's 2 tracks that I always use.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
so I'm watching the chat. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I just didn't want to deal with copyrights. You know how that goes. No one wants to deal with that. So I just said, do shit.
I hear you, man.
So
I'm watching the chat, and they're having like an in-depth discussion about how Saw movies are just too far, and it gives serial killers the ideas. If you think that's bad, go watch. I don't know if you guys remember these movies, but go watch Hostel.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love the Hostel movies.
Yeah. I don't like Saw.
Yeah. He takes the torch to her eye in that. Awesome.
Why are you smiling about that?
I'm not.
You creeper. He's over here. He's like, when she takes the torch, he's got this grin on his face. I'm like, should I be sleeping in the same room with you? Like, I don't know. I think my favorite part is probably one of the grossest parts, but when that lady's in the bathhouse and she buys people and she hangs them up and she uses one of the wheat cutters and she like pokes them and stabs them and like bathes in their blood. It's the creepiest thing ever. But whoever thought of the things that went on in those movies has some serious mental issues.
A lot.
Somebody in the chat room was mentioning The Conjuring. I love those movies.
Oh yeah.
The Conjuring, yeah.
Yeah, The Conjuring is awesome.
Yeah, they did a really good job on that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, they did.
One of the dumbest movies they ever made. was The Happening.
I never got. Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
That was the one where like the plants come alive and start killing people, like emit in a toxin, and the people just drop dead. And you got to keep the plants like from getting pissed off at you. So, yeah,
you know what that sounds like to me, man? It sounds like this. So you guys, well, I know some of you probably know it. Remember that movie, Invasions of the Body Snatchers, or something like that?
Yep. Yeah.
You know, hold on. Have you ever heard this movie?
That shit was so gay.
There's a movie, and it's a really old one, around the same time as Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's called Basket Case. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
This deformed case. So there's this family, kind of like the family from Hills Have Eyes.
Right.
But their one child is like seriously disfigured, just really ugly looking. And it's that cheesy 80s like sci-fi crap. And they go around and they kidnap people from the town below and drag them back up and feed them to this hideous looking child.
Jesus Christ.
They travel around in a big yellow
If you're talking about cheesy movies from like the 80s, I mean, there was cult classics. I mean, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, Killer Clowns.
Seen these movies. I never. They must have been really. Oh shit! Hey, you guys can't forget Freddy Krueger. Come on, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Shit,
it's like my Return of the Living Dead was my favorite because you always had the same two guys in every sequel. But they had different jobs, but they were working together. And he's like, "Watch your tongue, boy. If you like this job, And that was like the key. Like it was in every single like movie. Return of the Living.
Yeah.
In fact, they did a newer one. It was called Flight of the Living Dead, and they had the same two guys in that one doing that skit on an airplane.
Shit, man. I think the Nightmare on Elm Street, the very first one, was freaking insane. I was like, when that first came out, I was like, whoa, where'd this come from? And who is this dude? You know, I was like, wow.
I think the sad part is nowadays everybody's so desensitized that you watch these, and John was just mentioning, he's like, Freddy versus Jason was hilarious, and I've watched a couple movies that were not meant to be funny, and like we went to go see Cabin in the Woods, and Brian and his brother were sitting there, and they're like, "Oh, dude, look at that!" I'm sitting there laughing, and he's like, "This isn't a comedy." I'm like, "Well, it's funny to me."
Well, I'll tell
Blob.
you.
Wasn't like entrance to like an underground facility, and the deeper they go, it's kind of like Hell's own video game.
Yeah,
There's
pretty
all
much.
kinds of monster, crazy shit.
Yeah, what about the house on the left? What'd you guys think of that one? You guys
I think
that?
it should have stayed on the left.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you gotta admit though, the father. Oh man, did he pay? He paid that guy back, didn't he? At the very end.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Guaranteed. ARK.
Anybody up for my dinner?
Right.
My favorite has to be like Dawn of the Dead, Army of Darkness, the old Bruce Campbell cheesy like 1980s horror movies. He goes to the cabin, he finds a reel-to-reel, and he plays it, and it's all this demonic stuff that came from the Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead, that was bound in human flesh and written in blood, and you know he summons these demons to Earth, and now he's stuck battling them forever. I mean, he's even got his own show doing it now. I mean, The Evil Dead, yes.
Oh my God! Do you want to know what movie was newer that really creeped me out? And Brian has to admit it creeped him out too. And it wasn't so much the plot of the movie; it was the way they did the makeup. And it was what was it? Truth or Dare?
Yeah.
Truth or Dare. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, so the basics of it is this group of friends go to Mexico for March break. And they go out and they're partying, getting drunk, you know. and then they go. Some guy brings them up to this church, and they start a game of truth or dare, and it becomes like a fatal truth or dare because the game never ends. The church that he brought him to was filled with demons, basically, and the only way to end the game is to put the demon back in the jar. And just the look, whenever this demon would take over the person,
Was creepy.
This really creepy look. I'm gonna have to find the picture and see if I can show you like a picture of one of the cast members when they deformed their face to make this. Hold on. It's creepy as hell. It might to some people it may not be creepy, but to me it's creepy looking.
Yeah, damn. Wow.
Pretty creepy.
Okay,
So
there
are
it is.
you guys going to be going on any investigation soon, or anybody here in this panel going to investigate somewhere?
Probably when it gets a little warmer, like it's been like minus 32, minus 38.
I love living in
Can you see
California.
my screen? Can you see my screen?
Huh?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the face right here that it makes every time.
Let me see.
A grin.
Yeah, it's that grin. I don't know what it is, but it's creepy. It's just not right. It's like clowns. Maybe that's why it creeps me out. Looks like a clown. That's got to be what it is.
You know what?
Oh, shit.
Of a movie, The Sixth Sense.
The Sixth Sense. I see dead people.
And the mother in the kitchen.
But oh my god, some of the stuff that's seriously watch the movie Truth or Dare. You got to watch it.
You got it.
Yeah, I've been Cynthia and I've been watching these paranormal documentaries, those paranormal stories or something that's on Netflix.
Yeah.
True stories. These are really based on true events and all that stuff, and these people tell their story and stuff, and some of these stories are just wow. Especially that guy in the woods. He was killing people, burying them in the back of his house right in front of his kids and everything. And he got, I guess he was like worshiping the devil and stuff, dancing around the fire, doing these rituals and stuff like that. And the guy was nuts. He had like 20 something people buried on his property.
Oh,
it was crazy.
That's just gross.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to get on some of these really extreme investigations, but you guys know how it is. It's really tough to come up with funds to go to these places unless you get like signed by a freaking show or something. You got to get sponsors and all that shit. But man, like places in Ireland. Oh my god, those castles over there.
Ireland, Scotland, England have like amazing.
Yeah. I mean, how would you like to do a 3 a.m. on one of those? Oh my god.
I would love to.
I mean,
I would absolutely love to.
Those are the best investigations to go to, but there's a lot of them here in in the US. We're just, it's having a hard time finding, but then you got to go through all this bullshit. Like some of the ones that are really good, they try to make money off of it, and they charge you all this money to go, like for instance, Queen Mary. There's a perfect example right there in the Whaley House. Queen Mary wants to charge you $80-something for 4-hour paranormal tour.
What was the one over there in Scotland or whatever? It was some kind of inn. It was on like Ghost Adventures. The guy, he's wearing a leather jacket, wild hair, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the banshee or the succubus that visits me while I sleep." Okay, so I have a cousin in Scotland, and he is actually friends with that guy. Like, if we go to Scotland, we can investigate JoJo. I can get you in there.
Sweet.
I can't remember the name of the place though. I for the life of me right now. What is it? The Rams Inn. Yes, the Rams Inn.
I was gonna say you have to know the place of it because Scotland doesn't like me. They deported me last time. Okay, so we have to be careful where we land.
Yeah, the Rams Inn. The wild-haired crazy guy that lives there is friends with my cousin Ed.
Yeah, we want to hit the Lizzie Borden house. That's what we want to do this year.
Oh, that's been a dream of mine. I told
Yeah.
Brian years ago when we first got together, I was like, I really want to go stay in Lizzie Borden, like the inn. And he's like, what's that? And I'm like, oh my God, you've never heard of it, right?
Yeah.
So I told him about it, and he's like, oh, why the hell would you want to do that? I'm like, because I'm like, imagine the freaking footage and the EVPs that you can get from that place. He's like,
Exactly.
yeah, I guess so. And then I told him about the movie. I was like, you got to watch the movie. You have to watch the movie. If you're gonna go to Lizzie Borden, you have to watch the movie first.
And you gotta listen to the band, Lizzie Borden.
Yep. You gotta watch the movie, and you gotta learn the nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
I guess she opened up her new house as a bed and breakfast.
If I go over to Scotland, like one of the stops I want to make, you know the little pub from Shaun of the Dead?
Mm-hmm.
I want to drink a beer in there.
Oh shit. Wow.
Yeah, Brian was just saying so Lizzie Borden's house that she bought after the trial and everything was over, the new owners have they're opening it up. I don't know if it's open yet. Is it open yet? Do you know?
Yeah, they did.
It's open as another bed and breakfast, and it was where her and her sister lived after the trials.
Oh my God. So I wonder if they're going to allow any type of paranormal event or
well, they let Omar and James go through it before they opened it up. They were the very first ones that were allowed to go through it.
Yeah, you know what then? If it's if it's new, there's no way. I don't think they're going to let anybody do an investigation there because it's going to push away all the tourists and push away people that
I think they're hoping because everybody knows Lizzie Borden's story. You know what I mean? Like it's such a so they're banking on it being, I think, the same as the Lizzie Borden house. You know what I mean?
But it was worse. Like when Omar and James went through and they posted the video to YouTube, we watched it, and you heard like more noises. In that house than the original Lizzie Borden.
Yeah, it was more active.
You know what I want to see? I would love to see a paranormal group from the UK because now most of the buildings are still standing from when this happened. The Whitechapel district where Jack the Ripper.
You can actually take tours of the underground, and it'll show you where some of the bodies were found and other murderers and victims and stuff. It's really freaking cool.
Oh my God.
Never seen anybody do any kind of investigation from any of those locations or anything like that, but I would love to see something like that. That would be like
I can imagine a flight ticket.
That would be my ultimate bucket list right there is to go do an investigation at all the locations of the Jack the Ripper murders.
Yeah.
That would be killer. Oh my God.
That was bad wording.
I did it that way. But anyway, yeah, I would love to do that. I mean, but I wonder what's the flight cost to go over there? I've never even been out of this country.
When I flew over there 7 years ago, it cost, I think we paid $280 round trip, but we got it through like a discount company.
That is
so like
that's a really good price though. $280.
Yeah, it was a really shitty flight. It was a really shitty flight.
How many hours? Did you guys have layovers or anything?
No layovers. It was straight through. And we were on the flight, I want to say like a good 8 to 10 hours, maybe a little bit longer.
Oh my God. Stuck in a tube.
Remember, you got time change, right? So
yeah. Wow. I can imagine being stuck in a tube for 10 hours. Oh my God.
On something like that, it was going to cost me $1,500.
Like
a 15-hour flight.
Well, like I said, I got it through a discount company. Okay. And this was like 7 years ago. Since then, everything's gone up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what you need to do? If you want cheap flights, you wait till the very last minute. So like, because there's always someone canceling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So wait until the very last minute, walk in and be like, do you have any openings for such and such? Because you'll get it at a discount price because they want to fill up the airplane.
Oh, I'm waiting.
Exactly, yeah.
Teleportation device. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, we're trying to get some really good investigations lined up. We got the Queen Mary. We had the David Ullman house, so beggars can't be choosers. I mean, a lot of our supporters helped us out on this. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have gotten that investigation. Period. So it's really cool that people can come together and support other teams in the same field, and it's cool that we help each other out and stuff like that, because it's a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of planning. It's a lot of work.
It is, man.
Yep. So, and hopefully we can get together with Lou Rock, because I was talking to Lou Rock about maybe collaborating with him, our team or something, and he said, yeah, because I had him on one of my shows. He came on and he was telling his story and stuff, and then that's when I found out he was from back east, and I go, hey, whereabouts back east are you from? It was Massachusetts. I go, no shit. That's where I'm from. Yeah, that's how I found out. So, but he knows a lot of places over there back east. A lot of places. And yeah, I want to go to some of those places, but it's all across the United States. It's like, I don't know how much a flight ticket nowadays costs to go to New York or back east, Boston, or somewhere around there from California. I can imagine what the tickets are going to be like going flying. I'm
sure it's going to cost an arm and a leg nowadays.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I definitely won't go there in the winter. Nope, I won't do that, because I don't get along with the snow.
Yeah.
Lou's wanting to come over this way and then hook up with me and Michigander Man and do some stuff this summer.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah, I mean, actually summer's going to come quicker than you think. I mean, winter's almost over. Spring will be here before you know it.
Right.
So here it's like, over here where I'm at, it's like spring all the time, pretty much. So, because I'm in Cali.
You guys are lucky.
Oh yeah, I know. Hey, sometimes it does get cold, but not as cold as you guys. Nope. No, we don't get snow here. Hardly ever. Yeah. We actually need more rain. Oh God, speaking of rain, today it was freaking horrible. I was driving, because I drive a tractor trailer, and my whole rig was just all over the road. The wind was blowing, lightning bolts crashing everywhere. I actually got it on. I got a couple lightning bolts on my camera phone. The camera and the way the picture came out, it looks so cool. I actually went back and looked at it, and I got these lightning bolts just crashing right on the ground. It was amazing. It was pretty cool, but it was like so windy. It was unbelievable, and I had to work in that shit. Yeah. I get out of my truck for 1 minute, I'm drenched.
All this stuff to look forward to.
Dude, you're sitting there looking at yourself and you see drips. I mean, I had my hat on, and you can see my hat just dripping with just water. It was ridiculous. It was like I was swimming.
Wow, we got 62 likes on this. That's awesome, brother.
How many likes?
62.
Nice.
No thumbs down?
No thumbs down.
Wow.
Yeah,
thanks, guys. Hey, you guys rock.
Oh yeah, we're rocking this.
Hey, speaking of, look who's in the house right now. Lou Rock.
What's up, Lou Rock?
Lou
Rock, brother.
I was just talking about you, buddy. I was telling everybody we're from the same town.
I'm surprised you guys haven't met up yet.
I know. Well, we probably will sooner or later. I mean, he's got an amazing channel. He's got some awesome. I was just complimenting him the other day on my live stream, and I went on there and left some likes and stuff, because his content is really cool. The way he does the editing and stuff like that. It's not overkill. It's just right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing I had a habit of doing. I'm not afraid to admit it. At first, when I first started this thing, I was overdoing it. You know, when you add all these transitions and everything, it takes away the feel of the raw footage that you got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, especially EVPs. You want to be able to hear the EVPs, not have music in the background over the EVPs. You know, so or spirit boxing. So I was doing that at first, and I was like, people were leaving comments on below going, "Hey, you need to turn the music in the background down or off. We can't tell what's going on." Like, okay, thank you for the input. So I went ahead and changed it. So.
Yeah, John, that's freaking amazing, man. 340 round trip from where John is to Boston.
That's not bad.
That ain't bad at all.
How much?
That's doable.
340.
Wow.
Prices of flights in the last 5 years have really come down a lot. Like now, right after 9/11, you was paying $1,000 no matter where you wanted to go. It seemed like.
Yeah.
Hell, it cost me $590 to go from Pittsburgh to Detroit for a bereavement flight.
Wow.
That's insane.
That is insane considering it's only like 30 minutes of flight time. That's it.
Wow.
I mean,
someone's trying to scam money from you.
Well, no, I mean, it was right after 9/11, so everything was heightened. It was just putting together TSA. TSA wasn't even a thing yet, I don't think. But they was boosting security like crazy after 9/11. And
Yeah.
it was trying to compensate it with ticket prices. So I mean, the cost of a flight back then just was outrageous.
Yeah.
And now it's laxed a lot. I mean, it's a lot cheaper now.
Way cheaper.
Well, guys, I hate to call it quits, and Lou Rock just showed up. I got to work at 3:30 in the morning.
Damn.
It's like
Ouch.
time is 8. Yeah, it's 8:01, and Cynthia has to work too. We both work.
All right.
I work here. So
well, thanks for coming on. You guys were awesome.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
No problem. It was great to meet you too.
Definitely go over there, show their channel some love, hit that bar, ding that bell, leave a comment on one of their videos. Make sure you drop a like. Let them know that you're there. Check them out. Enjoy their content, and I'm sure they'll get back to you.
Oh yeah, they will.
Yep. Yeah, and we'll have some video coming out shortly. I'm trying to take my time with this one because it is the David Oman house, so I want to make sure it turns out perfectly. So, and thank you guys for your input about putting that trailer for the intros. Now I really appreciate that because that helps me out and puts me in the right direction. So,
no problem, man.
I really appreciate it.
Have a good night, Joe. It's good to hear from you and good to see you live.
Yeah, it's always good to hear from you, John.
Yeah, so I was looking up, Joe. It's from LAX to Boston. It's 340 round trip around the month of October.
Really?
Oh,
that's not bad.
Yep,
that's not bad at all.
Through my hotel's computer system, there's some cheaper. I think the lowest I've seen was 336.
Right on.
So, yep. So we have an idea that's like a benchmark, but it's has like a 9-hour. It's like a 9-hour trip just there with the connecting flights.
Yeah, we'll get some more investigations this year. I'm not worried about it. We will.
Oh yeah, we're looking at doing the same.
As time goes on, we'll get them.
Yep.
So
it's
we did
be a good year for all of us.
We got Queen Mary next month, and we got the Clown Hotel, whatever that place, the Clown Motel, I think. Yeah, that place. We got that, and that's 3 investigations in one. The cemetery, you got the junkyard, and you got the Clown
Motel beside it.
Yeah, and then you got the Mist Pod not too far away either.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I gotta cut it short. I gotta get out of here. But hey, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys for your help.
Yeah, guys, make sure you go subscribe to Presidents of the Unknown and hit that bell notification so you get our updates because we have a lot of stuff coming up soon. We are out of Central California and we have a lot of plans coming in. So
yep. All right, guys. I want to say bye to everybody in here too. Everybody that's watching right now. Thank you guys for coming by too. So, and thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Definitely.
No problem, man.
All right, peace
Brian,
out, guys.
Peace out, guys.
Man, have a good night.
You too, John.
Hi, John.
Peace.
Peace.
Brian, did you see who you had in there lurking? Mr. Frozen Snow Angel himself.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
There he is.
Yeah.
Dad.
Great show, everyone. Stay
Great
classy.
I love the video, Dad. It was pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I left him a message on his
Your
Hangout.
ass, Brian.
Oh yeah. Mama's really mad at me.
I left a message on his Hangouts. I said, saw the video today. You're insane.
Right? It was crazy.
I can't wait to see Kyle's video when he does it.
Right? I can't either. It's gonna be
You know,
amazing.
do Dad some way.
He's gonna try and outdo Dad in a way. I can see it. Yeah. But anyway, guys, it's been an awesome show. I'm gonna wrap this up. Had a lot of fun. Everybody in the chat. I love the way that you guys were communicating tonight with everybody on the panel. That was perfect. HSFL Paranormal, thanks for coming in and being on the panel for as long as you could anyway. And I know you're pretty busy, buddy. And Lady Death, good night. Thanks for coming in and checking it out. But I'll let the rest of the guests on the panel say goodbye.
They're already gone.
I think he means you and I.
Oh, me. Oh, okay.
Nice to see you. Adios. Bye bye.
Guys, if you don't know Presence of the Unknown, again, go over there, check out their channel, show them some love. They're growing in the YouTube community, just trying to make it just like everybody else. And if you have not checked out Lunatic Dad's latest video, go over there and check that out as well. Brian's Paranormal dared Dad to do the Snow Angel Challenge.
And he did it.
He did it. Go watch the video. It is hilarious. You're going to love it. Share it out, tweet it out, all that stuff. And guys, we'll see you next week over on my channel for EVP's Every Voice Paranormal Stories.
Have a good night.